Okay, let's return back to One Step from Eden for a bit, because recently there was an update that came out. I believe 1.5. Can I look at it here? Actually, yeah, 1.5 right here. Where basically a few more things were added. You know, I said before, last time I played this game, I wanted to look forward to maybe DLC, you know, where they added new cards or whatever, new characters. They didn't add a character, but they added new spells and new artifacts. An easy mode. There's also save slots. You can also choose hell passes, I've noticed as well. That's interesting. Though I don't, you know, bother with that, to be honest. And technically a new boss fight with Saffron, I guess, as well. So a bunch of new things, a bunch of tweaks as well. I don't know. It's not the biggest thing in the world. Again, I don't know how long I'll play this game further, because I already spent like 100 hours in this game. Because if you didn't know, I beat this game with all the characters, of all the different loadouts, by the way. Got all the costumes, got all the endings. And, you know, other than doing hell mode, which I guess you could check over here. See, before it was like, let's see, yeah, before you can only choose, like, how do you say it? You can only choose it. Actually, I don't know. How do I even say it? You can only, like, toggle it on every time you unlock a new hell mode or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but, like, you know, it used to be that, every time you do hell mode, you unlock the other one, and it will be culminative. Culminative? I don't know what the word is. There's a word for it. Culminative. That's not a word. But, you know, it used to be like you had to do every single one, and then, you know, they all add up, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You know, they all stack. So you wouldn't be able to choose which ones you would like turn up. But now you can, apparently, so that's interesting. I don't know how it works, actually. You just toggle this one on and then unlocks the next one. Technically, it might be easier if you only do like one at a time. But yeah, I didn't really bother with the challenge mode because, you know, it's not really my thing. Oh, press the wrong button. Hello, Loop Hosier. If you don't like the Terra base spell change, mostly you're bad. Oh, did you... I don't think you're the developer. Did you mention to the developer to change that? I noticed, yeah, I think one of the spells changed for Terra, I think. I haven't been really following the game since I last played. It's been a while. I'm incredibly rusty. But I think the mines, right? Yeah, the mines changed to poison tails for some reason, which is fine for me. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really fit her loadout either way, though, I feel like. The mines are kind of useless. Poison, however, it's okay, I guess. But she's not really poison based. I mean, well, I don't think I'm gonna play Terra though. Terra's my worst character. I hate I hate playing as Terra. She's like, especially Pyro. I had the worst time playing as Pyro Terra, getting like an ending. Anyway, good times. You were part of the testing crew. Oh, hello. Thanks for coming by for real quick. But yeah, I don't know. I just started, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. I play a few runs off screen actually. There's, by the way, also a Christmas skin, you know, that you unlock Silicity. I don't know, it's limited. Apparently in the patch notes it said you have to defeat her and get the skin before the month ends, or Christmas ends or whatever. So I don't know, it's, again, a limited time skin, but I got it anyway. But let's see, let me just, I'm stalling a lot, so let me just start, I guess. I don't know. Let's play default, let's play normal. It's been so long, I'm incredibly rusty. I don't know if I'm gonna get an ending. Or even beat a run, even. It's been so long. Well, let's try. Alright. So I guess, because I'm gonna put this on YouTube. It might be like a new series, but again, I don't know how long the series would be. Because it'll be like only a couple episodes. It depends, I guess. Terra also has a new skin? Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. She does have a skin? How do you unlock that? I'm not sure. Attack damage, sure. So, okay, what I'm gonna do is, I want to see the new artifacts and new spells, actually. These are pretty old, so I'll skip these. But usually you want to, like, keep your deck, I guess, pretty small. But I'm just gonna, like, gonna try to go for the new ones as much as I can. Just to see them, I guess. Sure, why not just go here? Also, again, commentary is gonna be incredibly chaotic because I have to concentrate at the same time. It's a hard game. It's gonna be very sporadic because I have to focus a lot of the time, especially later on. You know what? I'll just get, even though this is an old spell, but I'll just get that because it's good either way. You unlock it by clearing pacifists with Hell Pass 7. Hell Pass 7. Do I even? I think I have that, right? Or, I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, that's interesting though. I might have to go for that later then. In that case, I didn't know that actually. That gives me a new challenge to do then. Because I do want to unlock more content. Sure, max mana. Anyway. But when I record this on YouTube, let's see. Well, people might be confused if they see this. Assuming they watch it, I guess, but they might be confused about all of this. So basically, just to summarize the game, by the way, in case anyone who watches this in the future, later on when I record this, or when I finish recording this, I just want to say that basically it's Mega Man Battle Network. You know, it's the combat from Mega Man Battle Network, if you're ever familiar with that. It's all on grid-based system. It's real time, but everything is based on your cards that you have in your deck. I'm just kind of re-explaining this, even as a refresher for myself as well. But you have cards in your deck, you can activate Q and W. Every character and every loadout has different kinds of mechanics behind them usually. But the fundamentals are the same. Don't do cards yet. I want to do cards. Level up. Ooh, what's this? Cryophage. 50% chance to apply frost attack when poison damage dealt. Useless right now, but I'll get it anyway, just in case. Why not? It's crazy. Because I'm crazy like that. Shopkeeper. I can fight the shopkeeper for no reason. I don't know if I want to do that right now. If it's so long, she's gonna kill me so quickly. It was such a hard time learning how to fight her boss fight in the beginning. Took so long. That'll be bad, I guess. I kind of usually when I play Saffron default, I don't remove Step Slash. I don't like Step Slash. But yeah, there's like cards in your deck. Usually, you know, just like any kind of card game, there's kind of like a meta to it where usually you want to focus on one kind of thing. In fact, there's even a focus thing where you can choose what kind of category you want to get. And it's still pretty random, but you get a bonus to that particular type of card appearing depending on its category. Oops, I keep pressing escape for some reason. I'm so used to pressing escape. You don't need to do that. Let's continue on. Everything's on the grid again, left and right. You dodge things by paying attention to enemy patterns. What I like about this game is the fact that it's pretty consistent in terms of being able to dodge everything. So not only there's like an RNG aspect, of course, or like the roguelike aspects, I guess. Oh, this is new, by the way. Shadow Shift. Fire 3 kunai, teleport to versatile. Oh, this one... This sounds bad. I don't like this one, but I'm gonna get it anyway, because it's new. That's basically what I'm doing this run. Just getting to all the new things, even if they're bad. But I hate this one because I hate it when you move. The inverse tile. That's hard to imagine in my head, you know? But I get it anyway. But yeah. A bunch of cards in your deck, you move around in the grid-like system. Every enemy has a pattern. Later on, it's gonna be boss fights as well. It gets harder and harder each stage you go. And you know, I like the fact that if you practice enough, then you get very good at it, and you know, basically just never get hit. Of course, I'm not that good. Just as a disclaimer, I'm not very good at this game. I spent 100 hours in this game and everything. So I was okay. But since, again, I keep saying it, but my muscle memory's all gone. So at this point, I don't know if I can beat the game. Even on the pacifist ending, but we'll see, I guess. The bosses do start off pretty easy. Once you know the bosses, I imagine, for example, this boss might be a little confusing if you didn't know that you're supposed to stand on those tiles, like a dance, I guess, like DDR, to collect enough shields to survive her attack. I imagine I remember actually the first time I fought against her, I did not know you could do that. But you're supposed to in order to survive that. Anyway. Of course, there's also a mechanic where you can also kill the boss or spare him. Depending on what you do, will get you different endings. I'll go for the pacifist ending this time because technically it's the easiest, I think. Well, it depends, I guess. You fight different bosses and everything, but usually if you kill everyone, that leads to a different boss fight that I think is a bit harder, which for now I won't do because I'm still warming up, to be honest. We'll see. Yeah. Roguelikes, though. Usually I don't like roguelikes, you know. This came out, I believe, in March this year, I think, 2020. Usually I don't play roguelikes. I kind of don't like roguelikes. I don't like the idea of... I don't know, a lot of people say the same thing, but like... The idea is that you do multiple runs, you're supposed to lose a lot of the time, and then you do it again and again and again. Because that's what roguelike is, you know? It's supposed to be like a very short run, but you do it multiple times. Instead of like a... you know, beginning, middle, and ending, where it's like a 50-hour RPG or something, right? But I don't know, I kind of like this game. I remember playing the demo of this game, and that's how I got into it, you know, because I really like the mechanics of dodging everything. It's probably because I never really played Mega Man Battle Network all that much. I play a similar game, but it's not exactly the same. But there's a game called Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories I mentioned before, of my last playthrough. That kind of has like this card-based mechanic as well. It's probably other games as well, but it's, you know, it's pretty unique, so that's why I checked it out and I like it. Anyway, here's Counter-Strike. I think this is an old one, but it's been tweaked, I guess. I remember it being a gun, you know, actually. It used to be a gun, like an icon of a gun you shoot one time, but now it's like fire 2 kunais. I don't know if that's better or worse. Like kunais do like 10 damage, right? So 20 damage in total. I think it does less, but it depends if maybe you have a kunai build. I don't know, I'll get that anyway. Technically that's new. Let's get that. Let's see, dark mode. Do I want to go to dark mode? I want to, well, I don't have money. I was thinking like, should I go to the shopkeeper? Yeah, to buy some more stuff. You know what, whatever, just get crazy. Let's go to the dark version. As far as I know, I don't remember the exact mechanics of the dark path, I guess. But I believe... I could be wrong, but I believe like basically all enemies are like are higher level, you know? And what that usually means in this game, as far as I remember, is that the more you go through the run, the further you go in, the harder enemies get in terms of like their enemy patterns. They hit harder, they have more health, and also they have more complicated patterns, basically. And I believe the dark version just kind of like boosts them for a bit, I guess, in return for higher luck, I guess, which means basically you might get better cars or better artifacts, maybe, I'm not sure. Something like that. River. I don't think I've seen this before. It looks familiar. I think there's another card that's similar to this. Or maybe it's always been here, but pushing shots adjacent rows until you move. Okay. It's infinite. Gotta stand still. It doesn't shoot in front of you, but it shoots adjacent of you. You also gain flow per hit. So you can make like a flow kind of build as well. Sure, why not? And basically, this is. I mean, I'm not playing very optimally. You shouldn't do this, but I'm just getting all the cards that seem new to me. All right. Well, this one's easy. Just do that. Nope, wasn't easy at all. Never mind. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Gah. Okay, save. Sometimes it's hard to save those hostages, depending on what cards you have and also the type of character you might get. Add 3 jams. I don't like jams. I hate jams. Let's skip that. Higher gun, Venom Shock. These are old. If they're old, then I'm like, I'll skip them if it doesn't really fit the build. I guess. I say build. Again, it's just random. Whatever I get, I guess. Let's see. Let's go to this. So this is you know, elite enemy, I assume, or something like that, where it's slightly harder. Oh, these guys. I hate the diagonals. I feel like everyone who's ever played this game will understand that I hate diagonals. Ah, damn it. But I'm trying to pay attention. It's like, I think with diagonals, at least these enemies, you just go to the mirror side that they are. You know, if that makes any sense? It's like a mirror. You just kind of copy them and you'll be safe for the most part. Of course, it's not always guaranteed because as you saw before, I got hit by the sword guy as well. It's just, I don't know, the enemies with a lot of like zoning, I guess. It reminds me of what's his face? You know, the one from Street Fighter goes, Yoga Flame! Yoga Fire! You know? That guy? The slow projectiles? It's like zoning you in a fighting game, you know? Even if you don't get hit by it directly, it makes it so you can't move to a certain space or you get hit, and, you know, it frazzles you. Anyway, luck box. Sure, why not? Luck is a very mysterious stat. Again, as far as I know, it increases your chance of getting rare cards, I guess. It's like rarity. Rare spells, rare artifacts, and sometimes they might get upgrades, I think, or something like that. You can also kill this bunny, I believe. If you kill this bunny, by the way, you also get more luck. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if I saw that before. I don't know if that's a new thing or not. Maybe it's been in the previous update, but there's an animation there that showed that when you kill the bunny, you actually get more luck. The game just gets harder, though, if you do that, though. Ow. Oh, that's weird. That's not... Kill that thing first, okay. It's always... I feel like all of that just burst down enemies, so just so you have less things to worry about. Otherwise, there's too many things. But yeah, I don't know, what else is supposed to say? I also wanted to mention the new patch also adds in easy mode, I guess? It's called Angel mode, I think. Where... if you turn it on in the settings... Well, let's check actually. Can I turn it on? I don't really want to turn it on, but there's Angel mode right here. You can turn it on, apparently you turn it on. Every time you lose, I think, it says in the patch notes, the enemies get easier. I guess it says right here, they get slower and you take less damage and everything, right? So in a way, it's kind of like dynamic difficulty. It's also something a lot of people wanted because this game is quite hard, I feel, especially in the beginning if you don't know anything. So a lot of people struggle with actually winning. I'm gonna keep it off because, you know, I don't really want that. For, you know, a few reasons. Usually I stick to normal difficulty in video games. I actually prefer the intended difficulty of any kind of video game, usually. I kind of always go in the middle. I never go for easy mode because that's too easy, obviously. It's not really a challenge if you do that. But also, like... Oh, reflect. Oh. But also, I don't do hard mode either because, you know, then it's too hard. You know, then it's too hard. Also, okay, I remember Reva, by the way, how to dodge these things. They were one of the hardest parts to dodge in this game was Reva's patterns. I have like a system in place. Basically, if she's on the second row, stay adjacent to her, at least on the first row over here. If she's on the first row, then be on the opposite corner or middle, depending on where she is, I guess. If that makes any sense. I don't think that made any sense. I made a chart, by the way. I posted it on Reddit. I got a lot of updates. I made that chart. Anyway, that was spare her. She's, well, sparing everyone is essential to getting the pacifist run, but especially Reva. You can't get the pacifist run unless you save her in particular, because she does something at the end. Spoilers. Oops, almost kunai'd the nurse. Good thing the kunai has, I believe, limited range, it seems, so you can't hit anyone if they're too far away. Oh, this is new, I think. Slice? Interesting. Hit a column in front, apply 40 poison. Oh, it's poison? It doesn't cost anything. It's very limited, though. It reminds me of a shotgun, actually. But even... actually kind of worse, because... I mean, it hits it in the vertical row, which is cool. Well, we're doing the pacifist run, so we're gonna get opportunities to hit the boss at the end if they get close to us, so it might not be the worst thing in the world. I'll get it I'm getting it anyway, even if it's bad. Yeah, the problem with limited range attacks, though, is that sometimes, obviously, enemies will just never be in front. That's the biggest thing, because the way of the mechanics work of like a card-based system is that if you just have spells that just don't have the right range, you just can't do anything, you know? You're just kind of stuck. If the enemy is, like, for example, all the way at the right, and you have no, like, range skills. Unless you're playing a certain character, like Silasy, who can, like, move to the other grid. Anyway, sure, let's go over here. It's like a big danger symbol. Who cares? I love danger. Not really, actually. I hate danger. I'm a very cautious individual. I don't like taking risks. I'm the opposite of taking risks, actually, as a person. Who cares? We did it anyway. Melee is good. I don't like root. Fire or rock. Fracture. Gain 2 flow. Consume. I don't like breaking tiles. This is why I hate Terra. Like, at least hate playing as Terra. I don't want to say like I hate Terra, the character, but I don't like playing as Terra because she does a lot of like breaking tiles, which suck. I also don't like fighting Terra as well, actually. She has very lot of tricky moves. Sure, let's try. Let's get. I think that works too. That's a pretty good spell in general. Very versatile. All right. Do that, I guess. Do that, I guess. Ooh. Oh, there's a flower blocking my way. Get out of here. All right. But she's dead. Alright, damn it. I was trying to save the nurse, by the way. I guess she died already. If only I had, another way to really use melee spells in this game, like ones with limited range, is to also use spells that bring them to you, but there's only a few spells that do that. If you get them, though, it's pretty good. Ramjet is new, by the way. Increases next shuffle time by 2 seconds. It does a lot of damage, it's free damage, because it homes in on them. But increasing shuffle time. I feel like that's better for like certain other builds. Like maybe the gunner. I think the gunner has like an attack bonus while he's shuffling, so it might be good for them. That's a barrier. Getting 30 shield for each flow you have. Probably more powerful if you have a flow deck. I don't like the shuffle time. I'll get this one. That's new, right? So let's get that one. I think the barrier is new. Alright. Basically dying. It's a flow, why not? Oh. I could teleport there, that's for no reason. Just die. Hurry up and die. Alright, well I can just stand here, I guess. That works. Let's see, can heal up or give everyone poison? Well, I don't need a heal necessarily, so I'll get some poison, I guess. But yeah, what was I talking about? Something about like... Oh, unicorn bomb. Well, actually not that useful. It looks funny. It looks interesting. This is a giant unicorn bomb. It looks very colorful. Tinder... I kind of don't want Tinder right now. Because... creating flames can also work if it's on your side of the field, and I know the final boss in this run probably go on our side of the field a lot, and that creates fire, which I don't like. You know what? Yes, sir, unicorn bomb. It's not very I feel like it's not very useful against like bosses. It's only 4 damage, but probably more useful against generally enemies. So there's a shop here. Also, I keep losing my train of thought. Poison ticks faster, it's interesting. Mining rig. Sure, get that. Max mana. I definitely like passives. I just like stacking passes. I just stack all the passives. Sure, get that one too. Yeah. As I say. Oh yeah, talking about easy mode, by the way. There is easy mode in this game, which is angel mode. Like another reason why I kind of don't like it though, and it's really just me, by the way, it's just my opinion, so it's not really reflective of everybody else's opinion. But I kind of don't like the fact that it's dynamic, you know? It sounds cool, and in fact it reminds me of a mechanic in a game called God Hand, actually, which I did a playthrough of as well. Where, in God Hand anyway, there's like a difficulty system where the game gets harder the better you do. You know, level 1, level 2, level 3, and level die, where enemies get incredibly stronger and their animations are twice as fast, which just changes the game completely, but anyway. But if you get hit or something like that, you know, if you get hit or you do a mistake or whatever, I think usually, I don't know, as far as I know, usually if you get hit, well, then technically there's a mechanic as well where you can choose to lower difficulty by using a special move. But for the most part, ooh, that sucks. See, that's why I don't like that ability. Oh, you can do that though. Oh, that's nice. The slash is nice with that. Oop. That's bad. at least she doesn't have the... Normally in the higher difficulties, Hazel can make you get stuck if you don't go to the very right when she does that attack. Oh my god. Slash it, I guess. I'm focusing. I was gonna talk about something, but now I'm focusing. I can't. Ah, no. Oh my god, what the heck? This is what happens if you let her build too much. Kill her! Alright, good, okay. I almost got destroyed there. I feel like. Spare her. But yeah, God Hand, there's dynamic difficulty. The better you do, the higher difficulty is. The worse you do, the easier it gets, technically. In this game, anyway, it's kind of similar in the sense of easy mode. The worse you do, or at least, you know, the more times you die, the easier the enemies get. I believe you also get like a small thing. You get like an Angel's Halo to show that you're on easy mode, I guess. Usually you get a halo in previous updates because you saved a lot of hostages and everything, but in this game, or rather this update, they changed it so that you only get that halo if you're on easy mode. But well, none of these are new, so skip those. None of them are new, and also don't really fit my build. I like some health. Well, I'm only losing 100 health, really. Sure, let's go this way. I'm not sure where to go, so I'll just go this way. Get that spell power. How do you tell? You have 2 rows? Okay, I can't really do that. But I kind of don't like that dynamic difficulty, as I would say. I keep losing my train of thought. This is what happens when I play this kind of game. Because that feels condescending, you know? It feels like, oh, you're so bad, I guess we'll lower the difficulty for you, you know? It's a choice, I guess, so it doesn't really matter to me, but like whether or not you turn it on in the first place. But it doesn't feel right, you know? So it's like you're a baby, you know? It's like you're a baby and they're like, oh, this game is too hard for you, baby? Alright, let me just like turn it down, you know, for you. It's too hard for you, I guess. Every time you lose. It doesn't feel right because, especially because the game technically gets easier the worse you do. It feels like when you finally beat the enemy or boss that you got stuck on, it never feels like you really won because you just defeated like a inferior version of them rather than like the real version of them. But that's just my opinion, I guess. I don't know. I just wouldn't feel right if I beat like a easier version of the same boss. It feels like they're like, you know what it feels like? It feels like if you're playing with like a fighting game on the couch with like a friend or whatever, and then obviously they're just way better than you because they own the game or something, you know? So they have way more practice than you, and then they just beat you every time, and they're like, oh, okay, fine, I'll take pity on you. Let me just like, you know, let you win. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know. It didn't feel like you earned the victory, in my opinion. So that's how I feel about easy mode. But it's cool that they added them. I mean, again, it's all a choice. Like I don't really mind. Some people actually like, oh, you're playing on easy mode, you suck or whatever. Like it's for me, I don't want to play it, but it's fine if other people play it. Or other people enable it, I guess. No skin off my back, really. That's interesting. Consume 2 times damage. Sure, why not? I'll try that out, I guess. More max mana. Cold-blooded. Sure, I'll get cold-blooded. I want more new artifacts, though. Not a lot of them. I started, I believe, on... because I was at the level, or max level before the update, where I unlock all of the other previous spells. But I believe there's a few more levels you can get to get even more new stuff. So I haven't seen all new stuff yet. Sure, start with this one. Boomerang's pretty good. Let's upgrade, actually. In fact, No, I don't know actually. What do I upgrade? I always upgrade Coldstone, by the way. I don't know. I do it every time. Apply Frost, restore mana cost. Sure, restore mana cost. You know, some people are up in arms about like, oh, you didn't beat the game properly. You're not a real gamer. Like, I don't understand why you would put easy mode. Like, especially if you're really playing the game just to relax, I guess. You know, I understand why you would play easy mode, I guess. But, you know, for me and for this type of game anyway, I like the challenge. But of course, you know, up to a certain point. I don't know, I'm always in the middle, where I'm like, I don't want the game to be too hard, though. Where I'm just putting like a bunch of arbitrary restrictions, just to say that you did it, I guess. Because I feel like if you're making the game so hard... don't fire charges now on flow. Consume, though. Not sure, why not? It's just consume. It's like free 200 damage. If you're making the game so hard that, it's so difficult, like, what's the point, you know? Other than bragging rights, I guess? But even if you're bragging, like, especially in the age of the internet, there's just a lot of people playing the same game. Does it really matter? If you beat the game and like, oh, so-and-so with, like, hardest difficulty of these kind of restrictions? Ow, also got hit there. That... Ah! Shisho. I used to hate Shisho the most, but I think he's a lot easier. I think he's a lot easier for me to handle anyway. It's actually not that hard. You just gotta keep moving. That's the trick. Just keep moving. I gotta pay attention to this one. Just stay in the corner for this one, unless... I don't know if he ever does puts the traps in a very awkward position, but usually you dodge that pretty easy. Just stay in the corner and making sure you keep moving. You can always tell where he will be. Any kind of character that does a melee attack, you know, that goes to your side, you can always tell where they're gonna end up by their little gray square on their side of the field. So you can always predict where they're gonna end up. Anyway, let's go over here actually. I like to fight the Gunner. The Gunner and Terror are probably the worst bosses I can fight. Stilicity is pretty hard as well. We'll see, I guess. I don't want to kill the nurse, but she's in the way, so... Goodbye, I'm sorry. You're in the way of justice. I guess. I don't know what the story... I don't know, the story really hasn't been updated by it. I mean, there is no real story. It's just a lot of implications, I guess, from the way the character interacts with each other in the dialogue with the boss fights. Like, very short quips. And also, just from the character design, I guess. Otherwise, though, not a lot of real lore about this game, which is a bit of a shame. I actually wanted, you know, I mean, it's probably too late for that. And I don't even know if the developer even wants that sort of thing. But I kind of wish there was a bit more, like, small sections where you actually learn more about the characters, you know? Because the biggest difference to this game compared to Mega Man Battle Network, I imagine anyway, is the fact that there is no story. You know, usually in Mega Man Battle Network, there is a bit of like an overarching RPG-ish kind of story, right? Not in this game though. This is like a pure roguelike, which could be a good or bad thing. Depends on what, you know, what kind of gamer you are, I guess. But I personally like having some sort of story, you know, not like a, you know, it doesn't have to be like exposition where it's gonna be like 500 hours Hideo Kojima movie or anything, but just like, you know, I was thinking like in my head, maybe some short resting scenes, or maybe even during the campfire sections, just like you get to actually like just sit down and talk to the characters, you know, or maybe they interact with each other somehow, just to learn more about them and see how the relationships are to each other, to give a sense and context of how the world is and why we're going to Eden in the first place. I actually have no idea why we're going to Eden. We're just going to Eden. The implication, I guess, is it's the good place to go to? I don't know. Oh, here's Absorb, by the way. I saw this before when I played this off screen for a little bit. I did like 1 or 2 runs. Absorb, though, is interesting. It hits I think it hits literally 4 tiles away. So it's not like a projectile. I thought it was a projectile at first, but it hits it like lightning, I guess, like thunder. but then it creates like a little shield thing you can pick up as well. It's kind of like a combination thunder and shield potion, I guess. It's interesting. Sure, I'll get it. It's new, so I'll get it anyway. Max mana or miracle? Sure, miracle. Let's gamble. I wonder what the percentage on that is. Is it 1% or something? It's interesting. I don't know how useful it is because obviously you want it to happen to a boss, but more likely than not, if it does activate, it just activates to like a random enemy. It doesn't really help you. Ow. Yeah. Just die. Okay. Thank you, nurse. Keep my health up. Firewall beacon. Also apply fragile. This is the green text, by the way, or just like upgrades. That's another thing in this game that I guess the developer didn't really expand on. Is I kind of don't like the upgrade system. I'm gonna be honest. Like I've had to criticize anything. I like a lot about. By the way, just to balance it though, I love a lot about this game. However, I like the enemies, the enemy patterns, the boss fights, the music, the art. You know, I like a lot of it. But one thing I would say though, the upgrade system is just. I mean, I guess again, it depends on what you want out of a roguelike. I guess maybe it's a good thing because of the randomness. At the same time though, a lot of the time it just doesn't fit. You know, sometimes some upgrades are just detriments. For example, like shields up. You know, shields up. Usually the apply fragile on hit is usually for like an offensive spell, but if it's on the defensive spell, it just applies fragile to yourself. So it's just a detriment even though it's supposed to be an upgrade, which is just weird. I don't know. It's a weird way to balance it. Because I feel like there should be a modifier where if it is a detriment to yourself, there should be some way to balance it, you know? It applies fragile to yourself, but it also doubles your you know, your shield with value or whatever, depending on the spell. So I kind of wish the upgrades were more dynamic in terms of that. I wish they actually interacted with the cards more, rather than simply just slap it on and see what happens, you know? Because otherwise it's just independent of the actual card, and it's just the effects can be very good, but a lot of times they're just kind of middling or detrimental, which I kind of don't like. It's supposed to be an upgrade, not like a, you know, not like a downgrade or a side grade. It's an upgrade, right? I don't know. Anyway, this is new bio. Survivor. Gain 2 shells. We each spawn your deck at the time. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I am just grabbing a lot of cards. This is horrible, by the way. This is like a bad deck. You're not supposed to have these many cards. Unless you're, you know, doing a particular type of build, I guess, that requires a lot of cards. Like, for example, Survivor Kit, I guess. Otherwise, though, you're not supposed to have these many cards. But sure, I can grab that. Kind of works, right? Let's refresh actually. See if there's anything else. I would like more mana regen. Ice sculpture. That's really helpful right now. I want to get this. Well, I get both. Okay. Well, I was gonna say like this is new technically, so I should grab it, even though it doesn't really help me too much. I have one ice thing, I guess. It'll help sometimes. Fragile in general though is not very useful, however, Saffron, because often it gets cancelled out by her spell. Or not her spell, by her attack, I guess. Because Fragile, you know, allows you to do extra damage and everything. With when the enemy gets hit, but it gets cancelled out by just normal gun attack. Which often you're kind of spamming a lot of time anyway. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Ow. Alright, these guys though, they actually, yeah, these guys tricked me the most. I didn't know how the mechanics work, but basically they just teleport back and forth every time you use a spell. So actually with Saffron, you could just finish them off with a gun. The power of her gun. Wow. And there's Glaive. Sure, why not? I'm just grabbing everything. Doesn't matter. It's boss fight. 300 confirmed kills, eh? Eh. Do that. Oh. Ah. I hate that attack, by the way. Do that. Do that. Oop. Ah. Oh, got hit. Maybe some flow, please. I missed the thing, but I get some shields though. I press the wrong button. Sometimes I press the wrong button, but it's still a problem to this day. I mix up my Q and W. Sometimes I want to use the one spell in the other slot, but I just press a button and end up using the wrong thing. Doesn't do anything. Whatever, just skip that. Just reload. Flow. Oh, slow down time. I feel like that confused me as well the first time I saw it, but it's actually pretty easy. You just pay attention to where the squares are. It's kind of weird though, it slows down. Like, you normally, when it slows down, you would do it, right? Not the enemy slows down it for you. For some reason. That's part of the attack, I guess. Just to balance it. Otherwise, it'd be kind of hard to dodge, I guess. Okay, this is bad. I didn't want to do that, actually. Now the bombs on my side of the field, they're kind of zoning me. Whatever, I'll just take the hit. And finish you off, alright. Haha. It's gonna be tough. Do I want to say it? Because I think that's Terra, right? Terra or Silicy. They're both pretty hard. I mean, I think they're gonna be the same difficulty anyway, so I might as well just fight Terra first. Terra's that I feel like is harder, but both of them can definitely end my run, I think. So we'll see, I guess. This is probably gonna be the run ender, we'll see. See, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Pressing buttons, not working. Alright. None of these, please. Alright. Which way should we go? I guess I want to go to the I always want to go to the elite icon, the dragon icon, basically, because it gives you a chance to get something good. It's not guaranteed, though. Sometimes you get trash anyway. Missed the shield, but that's fine, whatever. Just kill it, alright. Now this is gonna be difficult. How do I do this? What do I do here, by the way? Hello? Well, it's great if you kill yourself, but... Oh, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I kinda panicked. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Again, it'd be great if it just hit itself. Just hit yourself, please. No? I can do that. Oh, okay, that's homing. Alright. That works. There you go. I thought I only hit like in front of you and then it homes in, but actually it just homes in automatically. That's pretty good, actually. Let's see. Steel skin. Double cast. Consume heal K max HP. It's a weird one. Also, poison dart. It also consumes. You know, consuming is not so bad in a large deck because it kind of goes away after the first shuffle. Consume meaning like you only use it once per battle. Sure, why not? I do have like a poison thing, right? Oh, she's gonna die. Well, this is not very useful. The thing here isn't very useful. Just do that, I guess. Kill you if possible. Just stay here, okay. Just pay attention. These diagonals, they always scare me to taking damage. Man regen poison. Interesting. Well, does any of the enemies poison me? Well, they can actually. Well, normal mobs anyway. The bosses can't, but the enemies can. It's interesting though, because I do have poison, so they'll always take 20 damage at least, you know? Maybe? Is that how it works, I think? Sure, why not? I'll just take it. It can be detrimental though if you yourself get poisoned, however, so that's the biggest thing. Then because you'll be taking constant damage, which would suck. Gain 2 defense? Sure. Give me that defense, why not? Alright, let's kill this thing. Save the lady. The top hat? I believe she just gives him money. Because capitalism ho. Solar beam. Sure, why not? That's a rare card. It's an old one though. So that's not new, but grab it anyway. You know, I have a lot of cards, so let me just give me more mana regen. Card thrower works kinda as well, sort of. Spend money to get more money, sure, why not? 10 profit. And sure, grab that. Alright. Let's see, Terra. I guess we'll see what happens. This is what I've been dreading the most, I think. I didn't want to fight Terra close to the end here, because she gets really tricky if all her attacks. I don't like fighting her. I don't like using her, I don't like fighting her, especially this attack. I hate this attack. I always get hit by it. Oh, eh, oh. Take that. A switch bait for extra damage right there. Give me that for extra shields. It didn't matter though. I got hit immediately afterwards. I hate those blades. Get poisoned. Oh my god. See, this is why I hate fighting her. I panic so easily against these things. I just need to finish out. Just shuffle. Alright, good. Let's move on. Took a lot of damage though. Basically half my health is gone. This is what happens. We play pacifist though, so you do get some health back, so that's good. It's not too bad. Now it's just Silicy and also obviously the final boss. We'll see what happens, I guess. I do have an extra life, by the way. Saffron is basically supposed to be the default character. Technically it's a noob character, I guess. Because, you know, it gives her extra life and everything. In some ways it's harder though, because there's no like real gimmick to her. It's just like base form, right? So sometimes it might be harder depending on what cards you get. Anyway, Ramjet preload. I would like both actually. But it doesn't really offset it though, I guess. Double tap. I mean, that just does a lot of damage in general. Like 240 damage for like 4 mana. It might not be super efficient, but it's pretty good. I don't know the... Actually, I don't know the math behind that. Is it better? Is it good for 4 mana? I don't know. It does damage. So let's go get it. Big number. Me pick a big number. Do big damage. Okay. Yes. Let's see. Still nothing new. I wonder how useful Steel Skin is. You know, it's useful for like a Rever build. Like Reva's like alternate loadout has that by default, and it's very useful in that sense, I guess, because she has a particular gimmick involving defense. But I mean, you know, just a 5 health. You know, just for like 5 health. You never know. You never know you might need that 5 health. I just want it for the 5 health. You know. Ow. That. I missed. Do that. Alright. Again, the commentary is gonna be sporadic. There's also not much to talk about, I think. You know, I mean, other than the very specific details of the patch. You know, the content, again, I don't mind. In fact, it's free, by the way, so you can't complain about it. You know, I would expect DLC, but this is just free, so... Or at least, if you pay for the game initially, obviously, it just adds value, I guess, to the base game, which is great, I feel like. I also feel like this game is kind of underrated. I don't know how underrated it is, necessarily, but I feel like it's pretty underrated as well. More people should play this game, at least if you like this sort of gameplay anyway. But yeah, in terms of actual content though, so I don't know, again, I don't know how much I would play of this game right now. because it's very much more of the same, unless again I want to do hell mode, which I probably will actually. Apparently there's a skin that can unlock of Terra, so I might try that out, but otherwise I wonder like how much actual, for example, videos on YouTube this will actually make, I guess, or whatever. Also, it's very, you know, YouTube's always weird when I play this game because I'm never sure how long the videos are. Sometimes they're like half an hour, sometimes they're 2 hours, especially in the beginning where I lost a lot of the time. It's like the videos are very short, but then, you know, later on, especially the last episode, I think, last time I did, it was more than 2 or 3 hours. I don't know, it was a long time. Because I did this thing where basically I fought all the bosses and I loot. I didn't mean, don't hit her. Oops, I was like, I turned off my brain for a second there. I don't want to fight her right now, to just end the run. But yeah, there was like a thing where I did where I fought all the bosses, got a particular ending, then looped back, and then fought all the bosses again, you know? It was like, I call it the ultimate run, because you fight, you know, you fight literally almost every single boss in the game. At least once, except maybe there's like one boss that's not like a person, it's like this weird gate thing that wasn't in the run because it's impossible to fight it as well because it would just end your run, so I didn't count that. It's also not that fun to fight, to be honest. You know, it's just like a DPS race. I kinda don't like fighting that boss because it's not like a person, it's just like a thing, it's a machine, even though it is unique. You know what, let's just heal up. You know what, let's do the cheat, by the way. Not really cheating, but it's a cheesy, because you can do that, you can get a pack. Usually these packs, right, they give you like a detriment, and then, you know, you're supposed to deal with that detriment, like a curse, to get the benefit, but you could also just remove it. So, you can just do that. Pretty easy. Not much I can do, let's just get an upgrade, I guess. What should I upgrade? What's like a good spell to upgrade? Sure, let's upgrade double tap. That's a lot of damage. Let's see... 10 poison on hit? That's like 20 damage overall. Or restore mana cost. You know, restore mana cost. I have so many spells, I would make sure I have enough mana for it all, if possible. Alright. Oh, these guys? I hate these guys. Okay, interesting that okay, every time they get poisoned, by the way, they activate. I'm very good synergy right now for some reason, because every time they get poisoned, they have a 50% chance to get frosted, you know? And that works actually, because I have the thing where it ticks fast, the poison ticks fast, they all start with poison, and also poison never goes away. So like, right now is actually pretty good. Also, Spark Protein. For some reason, even though my deck isn't really based around poison, my artifacts alone can do a lot of damage, potentially. As long as I live, I guess. Which is a big if. You know, you can really die easily if you just get hit by a bunch of things all at once. Here's Silicey, by the way. She's in a Christmas costume because it's December, at least the time I'm recording this anyway. So there you go. It's her Christmas costume. If you beat her, by the way, you unlock her costume. I already beat her off screen, but I just really wanted to just try out the game. I just wanted to like warm up a little bit. I didn't mean to like unlock her, you know, but I did. So okay. Gotta be okay, but I gotta pay attention. She's pretty hard. Is the thing, especially right now, obviously. I do that. I always like, dodge that wrong. Okay, go over here. Dodge that, dodge that. It's very tricky. Again, the boss patterns get more complicated the further you go in, so that's why she has such complicated moves right there. But there you go. Bam. Floating little like Christmas trees. Apparently a very pointy. Maybe because of the Christmas star. Anyway, here's the final boss. Also this I gotta pay attention. I gotta pay attention. I can't like not pay attention because I'm gonna die. Okay, that does nothing. Just do that. Do that. Okay, my mana is really low, by the way. I guess because I have so many cards. Poison her. Oh, that kind of worked, actually. I keep forgetting that I get teleported when I do that. So I just never pay attention to that. Also, I should definitely just hold down the button. For some reason, I'm not holding down the button. I should do that. I get hit. That attack as well, I always get hit by. Not sure he dodged that necessarily. Okay. My sword attack, by the way, is kind of useless right now. I missed him. The one time I could have hit her. Okay. I got hit by twice. Again, I'm not the best player, but good enough. Alright. Oh no! What shall I do? Except, no. Actually, no. Because you just win, by the way. If you make sure... I don't know how it works, actually. I don't know... Because I know Reva normally does revive you if you spirit her and then later in the run you die. I think they made it so, like... It still counts even if you used it up in the run before. I think the developer fixed that before. Or at least fixed. Well, I don't know. It's like rebalance, I guess. Anyway, I'll just spare her. I mean, you can kill her, by the way, but you don't have to. It's really up to you to murder her or not. By the way, Silasy isn't in her Christmas costume, by the way, you know? When you spare her, she comes back, but she changed back into her normal hoodie. But there you go. So, you know, day one of coming back to this game. My first, at least recorded run, anyway. I beat the game. Wow, so easy. Who said this game was hard? I say that, I'm just playing in normal mode though. And also playing Pacifist. Pacifist, obviously you get more chances because you heal more and everything. It depends though. I know in Genocide, you get to... when you do Genocide, you just kill everyone, so you get more like money, I guess. So, and more levels. So in a way, you might be stronger. So it might be easier or harder, depending on what cards you get during the run, I guess. But hey, patch 1.5, we saw some new spells and everything. Again, it's not really like a fundamental change. It's more like a booster pack, I guess you could say, you know? But again, I have to stress though, it is free, so it's not like it costed me anything to play the game again, so that's nice. So I imagine for anyone who might play the game like entirely new, you never play the game ever before, it might be good value, right? Because it's just more stuff to do. For me, however, since I've already played like 100 hours, I might not play too much of it. But we'll see, I guess. I guess, I don't know, I technically already saw these credits. I've seen this credit so many times, so well, I guess we'll skip it. Also, can I dab? Dab the credits away! By the way, you can dab. Press space plus G. At least on PC. I don't know what the combination is on controller. Now, some people play this on controller, actually, but I don't really do that. I play on PC. I do believe, by the way, this game is also available on the Switch, I think? I don't remember if it's available on the other consoles, though. But I think the developer did mention that they are going to be on other consoles. I don't remember exactly. Like, maybe on the PS5. Does it be on the PS5? That came out recently, right? And nobody has it because it's new and the stock is limited and a bunch of people are, like, scalping it or something. Here's some new spells, though. Inverter. Fires 3 shots to teleport targets to the inverse tile. And Jackhammer. Hit all cracked tiles 3 times and break them. How's that work, though? Because if a tile is broke... Like, if a tile is cracked... Then, unless there's an AoE... usually no one's standing on cracked tiles, right? I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyway, there you go. So that's one victory down. What else is there to do? Let's see.